Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading for one of my repeat clients, and I'm really focusing on her alone. But as I started to do it, before I even shuffled the cards, I was feeling a person, like a romantic interest, coming in. Could very well be somebody that she knows already. I also felt like maybe some sort of unfinished business, some relationship that needs closure, they never got it, that maybe she's holding on to some negative emotions about. So I took out, like, you know, more love cards also, but I planned to originally focus on, you know, like general energy and work, career, abundance, that sort of thing. So I am going to start with my abundance oracle and take a divinely guided chance. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories as you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you. You make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. So that applies to career and just, you know, everything else. Also opening to dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you to manifest your desires into reality. Take a divinely guided chance. And employment change. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction. And I felt that when I had this. That doesn't mean you're going to a new company or anything like that, or new job. Maybe you may be, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could be something within, you know, whatever organization you currently work, but your position, your tasks, your responsibilities, and responsibility level changing. Or perhaps doing something of your own, starting your own business or something, whether it be on the side or in lieu of. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you to release the old and to welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. Employment change. I also felt people at work that, to the extent that you're able, you need to leave alone. Like, you know, stop trying to be friends with or whatever. Coming out to gratitude lists. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who you are grateful for right now, or what and who are you grateful for right now, rather. Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Employment change. I'm going to cut. And let go of guilt. I told you I was feeling something, a relationship with someone that you may be harboring some sort of ill feelings, like you didn't get closure or something, and so you're holding on to guilt or resentment, regret, something like that. I could feel it. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for all that you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Exactly. Yes. Overall energy is successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not worry about money and allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into a reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to you. I also felt something about partnership, and I wasn't sure if it was romantic partnership or general or both. And sometimes that, you know, it can be both. So this will this card will represent you. Recent past, the near future, your higher self. Some sort of block or challenge. And these would be like what you might do about those things. Further advice from the universe. And an outcome for us. Black out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and your working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. Remember I was saying I felt that at work there were some people that, to the extent you're able, you have to leave them alone. It seems that's coming through in the cards too. You already know what these distractions are, and I suppose who they are as well. And you have the power to responsibly block them out. The recent past. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. Wonderful. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress forward and movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. I know in the recent past, we also did some energy healing together, which I would hope and expect helped with this. The near future. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. So I know you're into yoga and you may be into other things. Perhaps if you're not into other things, you want to increase the yoga, do it more regularly, try to fit it into your schedule whenever you are able. Higher self. I want you to know it's safe for you to receive. The more that you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and to be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. So a lot of us have a problem with this. If this you're feeling that you're not alone. You know, we can give, but we have a problem accepting anything, which is, it's interesting, but a very real thing. So you want to allow yourself to be on the receiving end. Blocks. Have courage to ask for and to accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting the help that's offered to you. Very often, when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as to give it to others as you are guided. So it's not a mistake that it's crossing. It's safe for you to receive because they go hand in hand, right? If you do ask for help, you pray, and then it comes through someone that maybe you wouldn't expect it, and you're not sure if, can I trust this? Is it safe to, accept this? Why is this person offering me anything? Right? Not realizing that they're being the conduit that God chose to use. They're the vessel. And so you may block that. It's in the block position and you may block it because you have difficulty accepting it. Why does somebody want to do something for me? Forgetting the fact that you asked for that very thing. So that's what we want to be conscious of. What else can you do? Oh, see, I told you partnership is coming. Now, this can be partnership in all different forms. It can be romantic partnership. It can be business partnership. It can be, a really great friendship. It can be a combination of those. Allow helpful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So there may be somebody that you already know that the universe is trying to further, implement into your life. But you have yet to receive it. Also, words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract for yourself and others. This is so important. And especially when I know that you've been seeing the numbers and stuff. When you do, specifically the 1111, that's sort of a nudge. That's the universe sort of trying to catch your attention and to alert you to say, you know, watch your thoughts, watch the words that you're speaking over your life, because they're becoming your reality. And it could be a time for you to like stop whatever it is you're doing and, you know, put some positive thought. Think about in that moment, when you see the 1111, think about in that moment what it is you want to manifest. Take that opportunity to focus on it. In addition to that, the universe says donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and other resources that you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. I know that you're also involved with some nonprofit organization and nonprofit work. So definitely continue that. And if there are other opportunities where you're able to be philanthropic or charitable, the universe suggests that you do that as well. And it would continue to be returned to you, as I'm sure it has been. And raise or promotion is the outcome. So this can have many meanings too, because it can be attached to raise and promotion that the universe gives us, and that we end up manifesting as a result down here, because as above, so below. Raise and promotion could be continued ascension, elevation, the universe, God uplifting you. And then again, it shows up in your life. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is as a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. Nice. I'm glad we did that. Now I want to look at this potential romance I was feeling. Maybe if it has not yet entered your life, we could at least gauge personality or if there is something unfinished, perhaps we can figure out with whom that is. Because I am beginning with forgiveness, and I shuffled quite a bit and it kept turning up. And this was after I had the feeling of maybe, you know, we're holding on to some negative emotions like regret, resentment, the inability to forgive, you know, and so forth. Opening to the mystic, which for me represents air signs, also water signs, and is very much, and of the air signs, particularly Aquarius, is very much about the need for us to pay close attention to our intuition and those synchronicities and signs, like, you know, the repeating numbers and different sounds we may hear and things. The mystic. And the gateway. Sort of representative of an old chapter closing, and, you know, and a new path. The next stage, the next chapter. I described it yesterday in someone else's reading as the end of an era and like the beginning of a new one. So we're entering like a portal. And opening to inner child, which also tends to represent air and water for me. Some earth comes too with all this green, the healing energy of the emerald ray. But we have these white puffs of smoke. We have these stars over, you know, and it's their placement too, over the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. You know, those are all the communication centers, and air signs are all about communication. The star represents the sign of Aquarius in the traditional tarot, and Aquarius not only being about communication, but more specifically for me, electronic communication, including telepathy. And sometimes that's what we have when we go within. We sort of connect with our former selves or our inner self, that inner child, and communicate with them to get a better understanding of, you know, where we've been, where we're at, where we're going, what we want, of what we need to let go, what we need to bring into the future with us. All of these things the inner child can help us with. Gateway and reflection. Funny, I was just talking about looking back, looking forward, looking around at our present. That's exactly what reflection is about as well. Okay, going within, taking a look at our past, seeing, you know, what from our past we need to continue to bring along with us on the journey, what should have been left there that we mistakenly picked up and brought into our present that we need to drop now like a hot rock. What new we want to bring with us into the future. Gateway and blessings from Mother Mary. So this is, I feel this is very much connected to the abundance that is on its way to you. Blessings. And back to inner child. So this is going to be important. I think this is, you know, kind of paramount for you, this inner child. Wow, the overall energy is sacred union. So either there is somebody in your life already with whom you have this connection, and maybe you've been fighting it because it didn't go right, because a lot of these relationships do not go right, and they can be extremely hurtful. Or there's something coming for you. And it might be the latter, that something's coming for you, because I didn't feel necessarily that a union was existing already, but I definitely felt, like I said, I felt something coming. I said it at the beginning of the reading. And that if they hadn't arrived yet, they were on their way. So, you know better than I do, whether they're in your life now already, or you know, you can figure out who it is, or not, but you got something special coming for you. And this card will represent you, your higher self, as it relates to you. This masculine, as it relates to you, himself, and this sacred union that you encountered or will soon encounter. What that masculine would have you do toward this union, and it can be connected to retrograde, right? A lot of revisiting in general happening with the planets that are in retrograde, which would be presently Jupiter, retrograde in Scorpio, Pluto, Scorpio's ruler, retrograde in Saturn, and Capricorn, retrograde of ruler of Saturn, retrograde, Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, also retrograde in Capricorn. Okay, that probably didn't make any sense. Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, retrograde in Scorpio. Pluto, ruler of Scorpio, retrograde in Saturn. And Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, also retrograde in Capricorn. All right. What the masculine himself will be willing to do toward it. What the universe would have the two of you do, and the outcome. So you can at least see what you should be working on. Spiritual growth. So this is awesome. I mean, that's you know, what we can all you know, like, hope to be so lucky that we're on the appropriate path and we're progressing. You know, we're not stuck, we're not going backward, we're growing and learning every day. So that's awesome. So the masculine, as it relates to you, physical body. I feel this is connected to not only the exercise that you are doing and have been guided to continue, but something that he himself is doing. Like the two of you, maybe not realizing why, or for whom other than yourselves, first and foremost, you may be preparing, you know, but both of you similarly doing the same thing. And while you're doing that, you may want to include something surrounding, you know, more specifically the solar plexus and or sacral chakras. With this nude body, all this yellow, this orange. Yellow is representative of the solar plexus. Orange is representative of the sacral. And the archangels that are sort of the patrons of those areas, respectively, Uriel and Ariel. The masculine about himself, retreat. Perhaps an air sign, again, maybe specifically Aquarius, perhaps an earth sign. This could also be representative of perhaps how the universe at this moment is affecting him. Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, currently retrograde in Taurus, earth. This could be representative of Venus herself, the queen of air, ruler of Taurus, in addition to Gemini and Libra. But more importantly, this guides you to, now you've not only been guided to, do exercise and meditation, where, working on spiritual growth, the two of you, just in all aspects, completely physiologically. So like emotionally, physical, spiritually, everything. But if you can do any of that outside, like running, biking, even your yoga, sometimes there's, or other exercise program, boot camps and things are done outside, or just meditation, just sitting on a park bench counts, however you want to do it. You don't have to be somewhere sitting Indian style, although if that's your thing and you'd like to, of course, do that too, but it's not a requirement. Any sort of connection with the universe, meditation that you can do. And if you want to listen to something, it doesn't have to be, a meditation. It can be any genre of music or whatever gets you going, whatever brings you to a place of center and peace. If you live in an area that's at all conducive to doing any of it outside, then that's recommended. And that's what the universe would like of you. The masculine, with regard to the union as a whole, fear. So again, this could be somebody that you've already met, that you already know, and just being afraid to step forward. And it might have something to do with the physical body. Maybe he may feel he's not ready, he's too thin, he's overweight, he doesn't like his looks or appearance in some way, and that may be a reason to connect with Venus too. Venus, the goddess of not only love and confidence and popularity, but beauty specifically. And I was brought to that with these two colors. And you may be, you may be more physically ready and presentable than he. This is also bringing out a lot of fire energy. I know you're a Leo, but you see also like a lot of the same colors in these two cards too. So again, he may want to work on, or the two of you may again want to work on, even if you don't know who it is, I'm just throwing it out there for both. His higher self can catch it. Solar plexus and all this yellow, and sacral and all this orange. You can't help but notice these two twin spheres here in pink. Pink, representative of Venus, also Archangel Chamuel, who is the archangel of not love in general, that would be Daniel, but unconditional love specifically, represented by pink, Chamuel. And he works very, very closely with Raphael, which could help you with healing the fear or anything else, anything period. Raphael can help you with healing. Even the exercise, you can ask for support from him with. Overall, the mystic. So more of this air and water, and again, specifically Aquarius, but also very specific advice to pay close attention to your intuition, and to be cognizant of the synchronicities and signs around you as well. And then, use them to your advantage when able. Use them in your daily life. Like I said, for example, when you see the multiple ones, take that as an opportunity to stop and quickly focus on that thing or person or whatever, situation, relationship that you would like to manifest. Like that's the perfect time. Use the signs and synchronicities when you're able, how you're able, to your benefit. what the masculine would have you to do, work on, surrender, whatever, contribute to this union. Golden memories. He says you've got some baggage. And I felt this, you know, I mentioned this in the beginning of the reading. I said I felt stuff that had to be let go. Negative emotions. That can absolutely be what this is. It's also very representative of your fire, right? Your Leo coming out of this. This is literally a fire, a picture of a fire, or a volcano erupting or something. But this card to me is like, remember the reflection? You were guided to look back, look around. The stuff that you decide you don't need, doesn't belong with you in your future, this card guides you to drop it like a hot rock. You must get rid of it so that you can move into something else. Take the golden memories with you, take the positive lessons with you, but leave all the rest of the crap behind. So any resentment, regret, inability to forgive, fear, ego, childhood issues, like fear of commitment, abandonment, whatever it is, that it's not conducive to your spiritual growth or you at all being forward moving as a person and a being, drop it like a hot fucking rock. Is what this card says. And you have the same colors again. I like when the masculine do this, when they sort of do like a color scheme. We have this golden memories card crossing the physical body. So there could be also a metaphorical message here too, as like leaving the old you, like in the past too. Just come into the future with me with a new you. What is he willing to do? And it's another card of Earth. So this may very well be an Earth sign, although I got some air too, and it can be Sun, Moon, or Rising. This card actually, I said Earth, but it can be and is also representative for me of Venus, who again is the Queen of Air. So there's a couple of possibilities here. But Venus is also the planet and goddess of, abundance in general, love, money. So that could be why this is showing up, this abundance card. And again, it's not a mistake that it's crossing this retreat card and the need to get out and spend some time with nature, because when you do that, that's what opens up the flow to abundance. So that's what the masculine needs to work on and is willing to. According to this, what would the universe have the two of you to work, believing in miracles, and that even though things haven't worked out necessarily in the past as you would have had them, there's an understanding that was part of the process, and we have to go through certain things in order to get to where we are now. And again, we learn lessons and we take the positive lessons with us and we drop the other crap and leave it behind. And we still have, we can still go on to be faithful and hopeful, and believe in something, most importantly ourselves, and that we have the ability to manifest miracles and other blessings into our lives. Outcome. Emergence. After all that, you rise. The two of you rise, like the individual and then coupled phoenixes you are from the ashes. And with all of this, this is more of this yellow and orange too. I want you to take note of more of these same colors, but with all this yellow and orange that's here present, and this white light especially, then we can only imagine that from where this angel came must be the dark. Dark must have been down there, because she's risen now, and now she's looking upward toward the white light. Where there's light, there's dark. So it must be down there, and the outcome is that we leave that. Right? And we continue to ascend. So awesome. I will do one now from the perspective of the universe, similar to the one I just did from the perspective of the divine masculine, beginning with long distance. So again, perhaps thus far you're separated or you haven't met. It needs time to come together. This card also has metaphorical meaning for me. It's a card of movement. It can be about travel. You physically taking a trip, him physically taking a trip, the two of you. If you have met or do met, then it could be visiting one another. It's about retrograde for me sometimes, and you know, the planet moving, or at least appearing to move backward and then facing direct again. And so we move directions. Can be about separation. It can be about actual distance, long distance. You're in one state, the person's in another, and then taking that to a metaphorical level, state as in plane of existence, you know. We're in two different places, although we're in the same, geographical area. We're not eye to eye right now. We're not vibe to vibe yet. We're on different frequencies, so we haven't come together. When our frequencies begin to align, then we will. It can mean all those things. And opening to mature woman, which could easily be you. Long distance. And courting man. Sounds like just like I told it. Somebody's coming. Long distance. Blonde female, which is a representation of the divine feminine for me in this deck. Also of fire signs with all this red hair. And in the tarot, the traditional tarot, the queen of fire is the divine feminine, is the representation of the divine feminine. So in this deck, that's just sort of like an oracle deck that I read only intuitively, because even the author's meanings are incorrect as it relates to divine unions. I'll read them intuitively anyway. So, but it's the card that I've selected, or that selected me as a representation of the divine feminine. Opening again to courting man. So on this note, after this one, I will cut courting man. And young male, and this is the true love card sticking up they wanted us to see. I also see dating. I think this is dating. Yep, dating queen, which is another representation of like Venus and like the three of fire. And coming to young male. This person may be younger than you. Could be an age gap. Dating was sticking up too. I just knocked it down. I should have shown it to you. I was like, oops. Overall energy is triangle. So another party of three. And if you haven't come together perhaps this is why. Or if you met someone and you thought that they may be it, and then separation happened or some kind of fallout happened because of another party, then still that can be them too. Triangle isn't always a love triangle for me though, so we'll see. This will represent you as a couple right now in the recent past, the near future, the masculine's higher self, blocks to the union, the feminine can do, the masculine can do, overall, and the outcome. Open relationship. This tends to come through as a relationship out in the open. It's not really right now, but it's not coming through in this 3D sense that we think of open relationship either. And I think it's maybe because you haven't come together yet. So it's open in that sense. Sort of like open-ended. Recent past. Short-term heartache. And this doesn't have to be connected to romantic love. This can be, because the first thing that popped into my head just now, to be honest with you, I heard brother. So for you, that can be what it represents. And for this gentleman, it could mean something else in his life. But like not long ago, the heart was broken. There was some pain experienced with regard to a loved one or something that affected you emotionally. So it's someone you cared about or something you cared about. The near future. Gossip. This could have to do with the party of three. And this may have to do with the workplace too, because I just heard that also. As may the triangle. Like this could be like a gaggle at the office, what they call that, the coffee clutch, that sort of thing. Negative energy is negative energy is negative energy. Like, you know, that surrounding you or surrounding him, and certainly both, could manifest in other ways, like in your life, and, you know, blocks and cause you other difficulties. We just need to rid ourselves of, you know, or as to the extent that we're able to, negative energy, basically. Because when it seeps in, it affects us in all sorts of ways and areas. I even feel like disease is negative energy that manifests, you know, cancer and all that kind of stuff. I feel like it's negative energy that was sent as an attack upon, you know, whomever has it. Masculine higher self. Long distance, okay? Like we thought when we started. We began with that card. And so there's some... I'm noticing now that there's 3 sails here, too, in this boat. It is like the 3 of fire in a sense too, but also I keep feeling pentacles. I'm not really sure why. The 3 of Pentacles. Oh, work. Work. The 3 of Pentacles can definitely have to do with work. Blocks to your union. Just flat up obstacles are the blocks, period. Wow. Okay, universe. Thanks for the description. What can you do here? Recognize him when you see him and allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. Going back to that first spread that I did, with regard to the abundance, right? Abundance comes in many forms, including love and, you know, opportunities like this of the romantic type. So allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to be taken out. I'm not saying, you know, obviously say yes to every, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry, unless you want to. No judgment if you do. But I'm not saying that. But I am saying to be receptive, to work on being receptive. And what is he willing to do? Work on some sort of past love issue and this past heartbreak that he experienced as well. He's going through something or has gone through something or both recently in his life as well that prevents, again, the energy not on the same vibe right now, frequency right now at the moment. Further advice from the universe. True gem. So I saw that air energy before. He may be a Gemini. Or he may be one of the signs that are Venus ruled, including Aquarius, although she doesn't rule Aquarius, but she's the queen of air. I'm saying it could be an air sign, and maybe most specifically a Gemini or Aquarius, but also a Libra. Or an earth sign, and most specifically Taurus. And the outcome here. Passion, fire, passion. So things do work out. I'm not saying tomorrow because I'm definitely not feeling that. But things do work out. So let's see what else is surrounding you right now. For that, I'm going to the Angel Tarot and beginning with the King of Fire, which can be a representation of your energy as a fire sign, as a Leo. But it can also represent an Aries, Sagittarius, maybe even a Scorpio, or anybody likened to these traits or attributes, or maybe somewhere else in their chart, you know, moon sign, rising sign too. King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Also the divine masculine representation in the tarot. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. You can take advice from someone creative. Here's the recent heartbreak. The 3 of air. And so that may involve an air sign too. And now I'm getting that this could be the air sign person or experience can be from where the stuff that you need to let go stems. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. It is not your fault. I can hear like, you know, like I wasn't there. It is not your fault. Three of air. And the High Priestess represents the sign of Gemini for me, or water signs as well. It's kind of like that Mystic card from the other deck that I said is like air and water for me. The High Priestess guides us to listen to our intuition. Also to have patience and to consider carefully what you want before acting. The High Priestess is that type, like she has information, but she, you know, what they say, you hold it, you know, it's like up your sleeve, not in a sneaky way necessarily, but like she doesn't reveal, she tends not to reveal things until she feels like she has to or she should, or, you know, they contribute something. Otherwise, she keeps like her business to herself. You know, if she doesn't see the value added in you know, putting it out there. Three of air. And opening to the Dreamer, which also represents the sign of Gemini for me, in addition to Virgo, because in this deck, the Dreamer or the Fool represents the planet Mercury, and Mercury, ruler of Gemini, co-ruler to Venus, right, of Gemini, and also ruler of Virgo. A leap of faith, follow your dreams that leads to unexpected opportunities. Three of air. And the King of Air. Definitely seems like an air sign is involved in some way here. The King of Air is brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He is now on the bottom. And opening to the Knight of Fire, who's passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless, and is a Leo like yourself, or a Sagittarius, an Aries, or perhaps even a Scorpio, co-ruled along with Aries by Mars, the red planet. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. The Knight of Fire is like that, and here we have a fire sign opposite an air sign, quite possibly. Knight of Fire is like, you know, Prince Charming to the rescue. The one that comes through galloping and just scoops you up and throws you on the back of his horse without even stopping, and he saves the day. It's that kind of energy, like somebody to the rescue. And opening to the Nine of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. The purpose or the energy of the purpose of the energy of the Nine of Earth is for you to, yes, spend time with you, enjoying you, getting to know you, liking you, loving you, so that you can do so with other people too, right? You improve the relationship with yourself so that you can have a good one with other people, or not with that being the focus. But that's a benefit, right? When we learn to love ourselves properly, then we're able to love other people properly too. Back to the Dreamer. So you're guided to take a leap of faith, and maybe, like I said, that the courting man, to give him a chance. Maybe you otherwise wouldn't. You know, I'd otherwise be closed off, but let me go ahead and take a shot, jump out there. Whoa. Overall energy before was sacred union, and now the overall energy is the Two of Water. This is about partnership. This is a general spread that I was about to do, but again, on the heels of like the other overall energy having been sacred union, I think this is romantic. Although it could represent any kind of partnership in general, technically in the tarot. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. Wow. Crowning the masculine is the Four of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. The Four of Fire is about all those things that make us, feel at home and feel at peace, joy, contentment. Can represent things like a new home, moving into a new place, and just really feeling comfortable and happy. Relationships, right? Commitments, even marriage. The Four of Wands is, a lovely card to get anytime. He's surrounded by the Empress, so a new start, again, maybe a new apartment, a new home or something. Also the Empress, this is more that Venus energy. Venus, again, ruler of Taurus, Libra, and Gemini. All about new beginnings, can be connected to nurturing, the need to nurture ourselves, nurturing others. Can have to do with a mother figure or one's actual mother or like wife. Those type of things. If it signifies a good opportunity to start something new, to be creative. Again, Venus, the planet and goddess of love, beauty, abundance, creativity, popularity, confidence, esteem, all of those things. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. It's also a 3. So it can be, representative of a party of 3, not necessarily a love triangle, but possibly. And in the masculine subconscious, the King of Water, who's trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which is love. The King of Water because court cards represent actual people, can very well be a direct water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That can also just be somebody of any zodiac sign just likened to these traits or attributes. And it could easily be that in this line here, again, this being about love and emotion, positive heights. But so is this. It is joy, contentment, peace. And so is this. This is the Empress. This is that sort of loving, nurturing feeling. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I got new things starting in my life. Everything feels good. Crowning the feminine. Life experience, or the Tower. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. The Tower can represent the sign of Scorpio for me. It's like, similar to death, I guess, and judgment, which also do. It can have to do with an actual structure, an actual, like a home, a building, maybe work. If not your home. And something that occurs in that regard very quickly. Not necessarily negative, can be positive too. It's like a neutral energy because it could go either way. But something, even if it's just a revelation that you're like a light bulb finally goes up. Oh yeah, it's very sudden and it's life changing. It's a game changer. Surrounding you, ego, or the devil, which represents the sign of Capricorn. And it's about feeling stuck, trapped. Not really necessarily being stuck or trapped, but feeling that way. This can also be connected to, again, I said this is Scorpio for me. One of Scorpio's rulers, or its other ruler in addition to Mars, Pluto, again, retrograde right now in Capricorn. So it could have something to do with that, especially with the King of Water sitting here. Again, the Scorpio may be involved. But it can have to do with feeling stuck. Maybe feeling stuck in a living situation, a work situation. But something is going to come through to change. That's a game changer one way or another, very fast. In the feminine subconscious, the 6 of air, nice. So we can figure out what we're being told in what direction things are expected to go, and that's positive. That's up. Things are looking up. Just like the being in the last spread, that angel at the end, the phoenix was rising. She was looking up toward the 3 white rays of light, that Christ light. And, you know, so we're continuing on that theme of looking up. Things are getting better. It's the end of a difficult situation. Somebody may even be taking a trip. So again, traveling is coming up as well. Possibly literal, but possibly metaphorical, possibly both. You know, you're doing a little bit of both. But one way or another, it's about movement. Can be about moving. Again, something having to do with a home, a living situation. Movement, moving, travel, things getting better one way or another at the end of the day. If you had a rough situation, like a rough ride on the boat, we're moving into calmer, stiller waters. Crowning. It's the 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. This can have to do with like a promotion, like an apprenticeship, like sitting next to somebody else's desk to learn a new task, you know, that's going to elevate you. This can be about life lessons. Most important, I guess, to note and consider is that it is about, in summation, reaping what we've sown. So like we put work and effort into something, whether it was a relationship, it's our actual job, a school, whatever, and we get out, you know, what's the anticipated reward, basically. At the root, the 3 of Earth, which is a similar card. The 3 of Earth is about abundance that is earned. So we receive this abundance, even if it's just like directly from the universe. It's because we put the work in and we did, you know, we followed the guidance and we did what the universe asked of us. Nobody's doing us a favor. This is like accolades. This is raise, promotion. And you've seen a lot of that too. That first spread, the outcome was raise and promotion or something, right? I believe so. But that's what this card is about. Elevation, ascension. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. It's also a 3 and can have to do with a party of 3. Not necessarily a love triangle, but possibly, and can have to do with something at work, like groups or couplings at work. Wow. At the heart of the matter, it's the other 3 that I mentioned. I mentioned this 3 a little while ago. I said it's kind of like the 3 of Earth, and I also mentioned the 3 of Fire. It was the last spread. I said I'm feeling the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Earth, with that the travel card, the masculine entire self, and it had the boat, and I looked at the 3 sails on the ship, and it said 3 of Pentacles to me, which is this card. And this is the one that Dating Queen was on. I said, I feel 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands, and that's this. Also to the positive, at least for the masculine, we have it crossing here, the 4 of Fire. So it's a very nice progression. Like, you know, he had been putting stakes in the ground and building a foundation. And now he's reached the point where, you know, that phase, whatever he was working on, that project is completed. For you, you may be still waiting, awaiting that last stake in the ground for a foundation, but it might come very soon, very quickly, crossing the Tower. Sitting next to the Devil. It may very well have something to do with a love triangle. First of all, the 3 of Fire, as opposed to, you know, the other suits, the other elements, the wands in the tarot are considered phallic. So it is very often some sort of love triangle when this card shows up. But sitting next to the devil, it can absolutely be. The devil also about basically any kind of addiction or codependency. So it can be substances, but it doesn't have to be. You know, any sort of toxic relationship with anything. So with a person, with money, with a substance, whatever. This represents it. It's about limitations, things that hold us back. Go for a little clarity with the romance angels, beginning with love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive and opening to chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Love yourself first. I'm going to cut. I'm not going to spend too much time on these. Because I feel like I've done a lot here. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So I think we had thrown that out as an early possibility too, that it could be somebody returning, that maybe there had been some hurt between the two of you before. That it's time to move on from. Overall energy is give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Top the Four of Fire, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, which may be why he had recently experienced some sort of pain with a past situation that was indicated in the last spread. Atop the Empress in this new beginning, because that may be attached to an ending too. That could be where the heartache comes from too. Attached to this new beginning, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Atop the King of Water. You deserve love. You are lovable in this very Sagittarius energy, fire sign energy, Cupid shooting an arrow this way from the King of Water, no less. That's where it belongs. This is the King of love and emotion, right? And romanticism. Atop the Tower, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So this, at least one meaning of the Tower here for you can be like a relationship or a chemistry and attraction that you didn't or wouldn't otherwise expect. Like it's like swept off your feet, like unexpected. Ooh, a revelation like that. You know what I mean? Atop, yeah. And very high sexual attraction too, with chemistry sitting here atop the devil, and with it being clarified by attraction. This is the law of attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So yes, there's even like sexual chemistry or physical attraction very strong with this person. Atop the Six of Air, getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Well, air, the air element is about communication, and this is what's on your mind, wanting to move forward and, you know, have progress, getting to know this new person that shows up. So nice. Or this person that shows up anew and renewed into your life. Atop the Eight of Earth and getting out the reward, you know, for what we've put in. Even if it looks like it's the seeds you planted aren't growing yet, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you that romance. Atop the Three of Earth, third party maybe. It can have to do with expressing yourself too. And again, this person may be at work. This person may be at work. At your release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Oh yeah, look. I was saying I feel like it has to do with expression also. It's crossing the masculine's express your love card. So, you know, these cards can have more than one meaning too. It can mean both, but definitely not only felt that, but I'm seeing it here before me too. And sitting here next to getting to know each other, it can be that same meaning. There's expression, communication that needs to happen. Atop the 3 of fire, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So again, this can be a brand new person, but it can easily be someone unnew, a relationship unnew, renewed, someone from your past. And I think that's a strong possibility too. The next card just dropped down. I was looking over here like I should clarify that deception card for her. I didn't. I was going to move on, but this just fell away. So I think it was saying, it clarified itself. Let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. So this can be a person who's lying to himself about, the moves he wants to make as it relates to love, maybe as specifically as it relates to you. And like he needs to stop trying to dictate the universe's timing and movements and allow this situation to unfold naturally. From the abundance deck to him. Oh, look at this. Another one. Release jealousy. Jealousy is an affirmation that can be connected to this devil card too. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Okay, he could be lying to himself in that regard also with that deception card. Let other people's successes inspire you rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. So that's one of those negative emotions that I was saying we could experience and just have it block us, in another part of our life. It's interesting how that works, but that is indeed how it works. For you, gratitude lists. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? This is the second time this card has popped up. So I think we definitely want to pay attention to this. It's very 5 of Cups, like, oh, woe is me. Like you got stuff going on, but you're concerned with what's not going right. Let go of that. Keep focusing on gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of the universe. From the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle. It's the universal heart, Jesus the Christ. And this is the ultimate card of healing, particularly for the divine masculine for me. So that is through what he is going. Beautiful, right? With the healer of all time, the ages. For you, meditation, as we knew needed to happen. We've seen it a few times in this reading pop up. Another confirmation that this is what's going to help you to continue to ascend. For the masculine, from the hashtag creepy deck, soulmate. Letting you know again, another confirmation of what kind of relationship we're dealing with. And for you, wallflower. Wallflower, the 3 signs, or 3 of the signs that I've mentioned recently in this spread, is what this card represents for me. It tends to represent the signs of Capricorn, which is the devil is a Capricorn, and Gemini, which has popped up a few times too, between the true gem and the fool and all of that. But more importantly, it has to do with engaging and being a willing participant in our own lives, right? Being presented with an opportunity to dance and having to make that split decision. Right? If you get the choice to sit it out or dance, what are you going to do? I hope you dance. That's engaging, right? Otherwise, if you sit it out, this is how we miss opportunities. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, the Knight of Air, more of this air energy. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless is the Knight of Air. And again, he is also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. You can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air, to be honest, is more likely to just take off running, however, than to really stop and think. I can tell you that as an air sign, a double air sign, Gemini and Aquarius. For you, it's the Moon, which is about letting go of fear and paying close attention to our intuition. So we've had these messages over and over again throughout this reading too. The Moon represents the sign of Pisces, or perhaps another water sign. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. I'm not sure what time of the month your birthday is too. Maybe you have some Cancer, like maybe like a Cancer, Leo, a Cuspian or something like that. That could be another reason, because Earth's moon in the sky, the actual moon, rather than representing Pisces, rules the sign of Cancer. So that just came to mind as well. But yeah, most importantly, this is about letting go of fear. Like, even if we don't know everything about a given situation, taking a leap of faith means not necessarily, like the Fool, means not necessarily knowing anything and still moving forward anyway. And that's what this card guides you to do as well. And from the Romance Angels to the masculine, wedding. This can be connected. It could be wedding, could have to do with the sacred union and sacred marriage, right? That's maybe not an actual wedding, but the connection that we've seen time and again throughout this reading. This situation involves marriage. Another meaning, he could have also had one that has recently maybe had some sort of disruption, falling apart, separation, that's responsible for the not only the third party energy in his life, but also the control issues, the deception, and sitting atop of the Four of Wands, which can represent marriage and commitment and stuff. Like, there's been a break there. Lastly, for you, I'm glad you're getting this message again. It's from a different deck, but it's the same message. It is safe for you to love, despite whatever was painful in the past. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Wow, that was an awesome way to end. I hope that you enjoy your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, dear.